wasn't going to be a piano stream, but I did want to show off. I did want to show off the new cover that I'm working on. It's like I guess this is like a sneak peek. I'll go back up to my room and do like regular chill stream stuff after this, but you guys are early, so you guys get to see like the next project. You get to see what it is. This is mostly just an excuse for me to play what I have in front of some people because I really like what I have so far. This is a piece that I've wanted to cover since the start of this channel, but I could never find any good arrangements of it until I decided to broaden my horizons. And what I mean is that this is a duet arrangement. This is an arrangement for two pianos. So this is going to be another one of those split screen covers. This is probably going to be like the cover to make it like official that the split screen thing is going to be like a staple of, well, not a staple, but like a recurring thing on my channel, because like Die Anywhere Else and One Day More were both like sort of big special product. This is just a random song that I wanted to do, but I'm gonna do this is not the cover to end no cover. This is like a cover I would have made back in the day, where it's just I'm making it because I feel like it, and it's, yeah, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, I'll just get started. Oh yeah, keep in mind this is only part one out of two. So if it sounds incomplete, then it's because the other part's supposed to be played over there. The most important part, and I fucked it up. I fucked up. Hello. Oh hey, Lyric showed up. What's up? You saw my mustache, huh? I do have a mustache. I've had a mustache since forever. I also have a really embarrassing haircut, but I don't really want to show that. I got a haircut in like a barber shop in China, and they didn't cut it the way I wanted it to, so I look like a very stereotypical Asian lad. Cookie would know, he's seen the picture. Let me try that again. I haven't played piano in 2 weeks, and I only just started learning this today, so it's not the best. Fuck. It's not fast enough. And it won't sound complete since they're not like both spliced together, but that's gonna be later. Stereotypical Asian lad. Yeah, I mean, if you saw me, you'd know what I mean, I think. Who just walked past you? Probably my grandma. She's over there right now. And this is the part on Richard. Perrin has like the perfect sound for that cover. I don't know what it is. Something about his like the what's the word? The sonority of his sound and like the texture of the sound his notes make. Something about it just makes it fucking perfect for bone trousel. I don't know what it is. Like I'm not dissing Richard, but like compare how this sounds. Let's need to get over there. I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but like something about the way Perrin sounds in comparison to Richard just makes him a lot better suited for that melody, I think. The texture, yeah, you can use texture to describe like the sound of a sound. I mean, I've heard it before. Did you mention what? You don't recognize that song? Comet, you're a fake fan. It's just an interesting arrangement. The timbre, that might be it. But yeah, okay. So I've wanted to cover a bone trousel. Since I say trousel, you can say trussel. It doesn't really matter. Bone trousel. I don't know, but I wanted to cover it since the very beginning of the channel. But all the arrangements I found for one piano were really like they ask you to they require you to do this like which is just stupid, and I refuse to do that. So like having a duet makes it easier because then you can like because you can do it with both hands instead of having to hop around. This is what it sounds. This is like the Richard part. Okay, good, you knew. Thank God. Fuck. It's probably couldn't tell, I haven't practiced this part very much. Oh, whoops. You just, yeah. I mean, I don't think that angle was very good for seeing the stereotypical Asian lad haircut, but that's basically what it is. I was like, okay, so like, I'm gonna talk about China now, but like, while I was in the barber shop, like the Chinese barber shop, and the guy was cutting my hair, like I was I was looking in the mirror and I was trying not to laugh because I was just thinking like I look like a stereotypical Asian lad, and I feel like the barber he was probably like offended because I mean if I were a barber and some guy was laughing while I was cutting his hair, I would be like, yo, what's so funny? But like I turned to mom and I pointed at the mirror and she's just like, oh, what is it? Like, I think it looks good. I don't know why, but it's really funny to me. Oh, you know what? I should probably. Your face is funny. I mean, yeah, that's what I've been saying. Hold on. I do not have a bone trouser cover. As I said, I've wanted to make one since the beginning, but I never got around to it. Hello, Andrew, and everybody else, I guess. Any thoughts on Detroit Become Human? All I remember about that game was that it had like I think the demo or something had like mixed reception. I haven't seen anyone else play it. Apparently, it's Les Mis but robots, which made yeah. I mean, I'd be down for that. Hold on, I need to get like. I need to go grab something. Hold on. I don't know if you got to hear like my incredible Chinese as I conversed with my grandmother. Okay, I'm back. Are your playlists private? I don't think so. There's one that's unlisted, but how often do you? They actually don't live in China anymore. They moved to a retirement home in America so they can visit us easier, which is nice, I guess. So yeah, they visit quite often nowadays. Hold on. Can you stream a game in maybe an hour or so? I have to go for a bit. Depends, I guess. Depends on how I'm feeling. Okay, I don't think this works in the Chromebook. I'm gonna move. Because, okay, so the thing I ran to go get was my, what was it? The charger cable for my phone, so I could connect it to the computer and show you guys my cool pictures that I took in China. Because this is mostly going to be, the stream's mostly going to be out of China. And my experience in the in the People's Republic. Why is it not working? Fuck. Yeah, I have no idea. It's not working, and I don't know where the other cable is, since I had one in my room, but it's just gone, and I don't know who took it. I guess someone in this house really doesn't want me to show you the pictures I took in China for some reason. Your room is delightfully Spartan. That's because I was away from it for 2 weeks, and I didn't have 2 weeks without me being able to mess it up. They're on a plane. It's fine if you're not on the plane for 14 fucking hours. Ugh. The clouds do look nice if you get a window seat, which I didn't. I got the middle seat in the middle of the row, so I had nothing to look at. The air, oh god, that's the fucking worst. It gives you a headache. And the food, oh, I'm gonna do the Jerry Seinfeld thing, like, what's the deal with airline food? But, like, seriously, though. Something about the airline food, like, the fact that it's that high up, like, even the water tastes, it has this weird aftertaste. I don't like it at all. You're better off just not eating any airline. Just buy some chips in the terminal, and then get on the plane. Usually on my trips to China, I buy a big, giant bag of popcorn. I just eat that for the next 14 hours. Also, the way I survive long plane trips is I purposely deprive myself of sleep the night before, so I'm very tired when I get on the plane and I can just sleep through most of it. If you get on a good airliner, then they'll give you like a screen on the back of the seat in front of you where you can like play games and watch movies and stuff. Watch the movies, don't play the games. Playing the games are gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt your head, and it's gonna like feel really unpleasant. I rewatched The Last Jedi and like Thor Ragnarok and stuff. It was fine. That's really weird. I don't know why that's the case, Jamal. Okay, see you till you're done, I guess. I did not clean my room. My grandparents were definitely the ones who did that. I slept through most of it. I couldn't fall asleep for about the first half of the flight back, the return trip. Not sure why. It was not fun. Never even left my state. Was it South Dakota? I'm trying to like remember my Dracos knowledge. And I'm tired. I have a hard time sleeping. Okay, well, when I got back home today, yesterday we got back home around 8 p.m. and then I fell asleep at 10. I woke up at 4 and I could not fall asleep back again because of jet lag or something. So I decided to sneak out of the house right past my grandpa, who was sitting on the computer, who didn't see me, I guess. Maybe he did see me and he didn't care. I don't really know. But so I snuck past him and I drove out to Denny's and I bought my signature meal and then I head back, and then I couldn't sleep still, so I just watched YouTube videos. Because YouTube is blocked in China, Google is blocked in China, Tumblr is blocked in China, SoundCloud is blocked in China, Webtoons.com, I think, is blocked in China. There's a lot of web comics on there. There's one of them I read on there. Yeah, I had 89 notifications on YouTube when I came back. I'm probably not painting a very flattering image of the country right now. Rest assured, I had a lot of fun there. I would talk more about the fun I had if it would let me up and like show you the pictures. Thor 1 and 2 suck. I'm sorry, I didn't even see 2, but this is not good. Thor 1 was the worst, lowest rated iPhone. I said iPhone because I'm looking at the word iPhone on the computer right now. Thor 2 is the lowest rated MCU movie ever made. But Thor Ragnarok is one of the highest, and it's one of my favorite Thor movies. It's one of my favorite MCU movies, that's what I mean. Yeah, allow. Try again. I like how the first 2 images, you can't see anything though. I don't want to, no, stop. Cancel. Oh, I didn't. Shoot, I forgot. Okay, there must have been someone else who was from South Dakota. Might have been Moose Juice. No, it was Moose Juice. He was from South Dakota. Tell us about the cat cafe. I will. When I get the pictures working. I fell asleep while watching Age of Ultron. I don't think it was the movie's fault, though. I mean, I'm sure the movie was fine. I was just tired. The monster. Yeah, I forgot what the monster's called, but they're creepy. Last Jedi is controversial. I saw a video called "The Last Jedi is a complete cinematic failure." I didn't click on it because I would prefer not to. Why is everything blocked? I don't know. Government is weird. I did think I got it spoiled that several characters were in Smash Ultimate because of stupid YouTubers' thumbnails, but whatever. I'll watch the E3 anyway. I also need to watch WWE's Money in the Bank because WWE isn't blocked in China, but they take a long time for the pay-per-views to be available, and I'm not really sure why. Like, I tried watching one from like a couple months ago, and it wasn't working either, so it's really stupid. Newer Star Wars movies suck. Don't buy Marvel phones. Show Quantery, but I'm named after. Oh, that's what the name is. Interesting. Come on, give me the Apple iPhone trademark. Okay. One image. There's one image on my iPhone apparently. And it's a screenshot of... I'll show you what the image is. Hey, Mimi. Photos. This is apparently, according to my computer, this is the only image I have on my iPhone. Incredible. I'm not really sure why it's doing that. Whatever. Why would I do that? I'm going to my photo. Is it back? Is it still? The YouTube app is really bad. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to wait for the pictures to load, but I guess I could talk about stuff, just general stuff that happened in China. Okay, here's what I was talking about. No, it's not that. Yeah, I wouldn't really agree with this assessment, but I mean, sure. Anyway, okay, so China. let's see, should I, where should I start? Okay, so well, we stayed in China from June 9th to June 22nd, so like 13, 14 days. We we landed in Shanghai, stayed there a couple days. Then we took a 6-hour train to Hubei. I'm not sure should I pronounce it like Hu. No, it was. Okay, no, it's not it. What the heck was the place called? I have no clue. Hold on. It's not it either. What the heck was the name of the like this the city we went to? Or like the province? I'm looking it up right now. I don't know. I think we went to Hubei. I think that's how you pronounce it. We took a train to Hubei, and then we went to So we stayed. Okay, so in Shanghai we stayed at a hotel. Then in Hubei we stayed at my grandma's house, and then we went to Chengdu, where we stayed in one of I think, is that my mom's friend's apartment or my mom's like aunt's? No, I think it might have been. It was either my mom's friend or my aunt. I'm not sure. I didn't recognize most of my relatives. Like, you could have just pointed at some random guy in the street and been like, "Hey, that's your uncle," and I would have been like, "Oh, really?" Oh yeah, my crown's gone. I don't even have a crown. Like, how can I establish? Just revolting, you know. So okay, so let's see. I would really appreciate some pictures to give some visuals to what I'm saying, but like, let's see, highlights of the trip. Well, maybe, which, I guess we should just talk about like what China's like as just a place, because like it's interesting because like China is it's a very unique place, which means absolutely nothing because like the word unique, my English teacher always said like words like unique and like thing, they don't mean anything. You could say like if you said like, oh, my day was really unique, like that doesn't tell you anything, like was it bad, was it good? But like I guess what I'm trying to say is that like China China has a very distinct scent, very distinct look, has a very distinct like something about it. It's just like I think I'm gonna let me pull this up. So there's a song by Gorillaz called Hong Kong. I'm probably gonna get copyright struck for this. Saved your life, Tyler. I won't play the whole song because I'm probably gonna get killed. Very distinct atmosphere. Yeah, that's what I would put it. Not literally though, because you know the reports you hear of like there being like choking smog and you can't even breathe. Like that's not the case in most of the areas. At least not the ones that I've ever visited. It's not that bad. I did see many people with masks over their face, like little like they kind of look like I couldn't help but think of where is she? Like I couldn't help but think of this character from Mortal Kombat every time I saw people because like their masks kind of looked like this, like they went over the mouth, and I was like, this just like I just kept passing like a bunch of Melinas. But yeah, like the sun comes to like the atmosphere is that like you usually don't see the sky in China because there's like just like miscellaneous clouds and like friendly fog. It's just like you don't see the blue sky very much in China. It's mostly just like gray. Although I have seen the blue sky. I have seen the sky in China several times. I used to see that I've never seen it in China, but that's not true. Um, Something about it's like, okay, so I'm gonna keep playing the song, I guess, or just like part of it. I did not mean to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the part. So I think this song is like it's a very very good encapsulation of like what it feels like to be in China. Like there's this very 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 strange like this very particular mix of homesickness, nostalgia, and like longing that I feel whenever I'm in China. Like I'm not really sure. Like I mean, I guess it's partly like I'm homesick because I'm not at home in my house and like I'm in a place that's literally like thousands of miles away, halfway across the world. But it's also like it's not just that kind of homesickness. It's also this kind of sense in like China is technically my home because like I wasn't born in China. Because like I think I've described it before. Like being in China kind of feels like I'm in a dream. Like there's just this sense of like um how do I describe it? Again, this would be a lot better if I had pictures to back this up. Like it's this very strange blend of like rural and urban. Like at any time, like as I said, there's this very distinct smell. I'm not really sure how to describe it. Um, Worth noting is that the traffic in China is absolutely fucking insane. Like half the shit that are like taxi drivers and Uber drivers. I think mom said that like the equivalent of Uber in China is called like Didi or something. But like half the shit that our taxi drivers pulled, you would probably get arrested for, but like no one gives a shit. Um, like the roads are like I'm bad at describing stuff. Like again, this is the same experience I had when I was trying to talk about the convention ASIN on stream. It's like it's hard for me to describe what it's like being there without just just taking you on a plane and letting you walk around in the city for a while. Like it's just this very like because like I think another reason why I feel like nostalgic when I'm in China is because yeah, I wasn't born there, but I did visit there when I was a kid. One of my earliest memories actually was I was in my grandma's house, I think, or one of my grandparents' apartments, and we were like several her like room was like several stories up. So we were really high, we were really high up, and I don't know how old I was, maybe like I feel like it was like 5 or something, really young. And I wanted to play Pokemon Fire Red because that was like a game I grew up with on my Game Boy Advance SP. So I turned it on and I didn't want my grandma to catch me playing it. So I snuck behind a curtain in in my room and I like hid behind it while I was playing. And I remember I looked out the window and I just saw this like sprawling city. It was like maybe like 8 a.m. in the morning, I think, and like it was like you could see, as I said, there you can't really see the sun. It's just like this indistinct ball of it's just this indistinct light in the sky, in like this giant gray sky where you can't even see like the blue anywhere. And like so I was just looking at the cityscape and like there were like bulldozers and like various construction equipment, like um tearing down some building really far away, and like I could see all these people on bikes because people will ride bikes to work and stuff. Like um the roads are like 5-lane roads, and like the like everything in China is like slightly different from America, even the American things. Like I went to a McDonald's and um, I went to a McDonald's and I was like, oh yay, I finally can eat some American food. But they weren't even selling like chicken nuggets or Big Macs or anything. It was like fish sandwiches only, and that was all you could buy. And like The chips are slightly different. They taste, even like Lay's and like Pringles, they taste a tiny bit different. The packaging is a little bit different. It's really strange to get used to. And then like, there's stuff like sometimes the toilets are there's no, sometimes in the bathroom there's no toilet. It's just like a hole in the ground, and it's really gross. But like, and then like when you go to restaurants, like the it's very it's I'm a very picky eater, as I'm sure most of you probably know. I think I've said it before. So I didn't really eat much of the Chinese food, but like it's cool because like in Chinese restaurants, you basically just you sit down at the table, and like in the middle of the table, like let's say this is the table, and you're all seated around it, like in the middle of the table there's this like glass disc sort of, and you can spin the disc, and then waiters will come every once in a while and put food on the disc, and then they'll slowly, like the disc will rotate by itself very slowly, so you can either wait your turn for the food that you want. Like let's say like right here there's like duck, and right here there's like a bunch of rice and some noodles and this, and then like it's slowly rotating like a DJ table or something. So you can either wait at your seat for the food to come to you, or you can like spin the disc so it'll come to you immediately. And I usually just sat there and ate my rice instead of getting anything. Or sometimes my parents would just buy me KFC and like pizza because they knew I wouldn't eat any of like the fancy Chinese food. I mean, I did feel bad about that because I was like, oh, I'm a fucking Twinkie. If you don't know what a Twinkie is, then it's like it's a person who's yellow on the outside and white on the inside. I think they also call them bananas. It's like I'm Asian and like I look Asian, but like inside in my heart I'm a white person because like I don't eat Chinese food and shit. Woke restaurant. It's woke. Eat your fan. No, I don't want to. Like there was a moment when I was in the marketplace because like there was like a bunch of marketplaces where you just go into the shops and buy shit, and there were like stalls selling food and stuff. So I went into the marketplace with my mom and dad, and like um we walked past this like a bunch of food vendors, and I was like, oh, it smells amazing. I'm not gonna eat any of it, but it smells amazing. Is it sending? No, it's not. I should just get out of here. Chinese food is great. It probably is. I'm not going to eat it. Let's get out of here. What? The noodles are the best. They're not the best when you have to eat some variant of noodles like every day because you're too picky to eat anything else. Like I can't tell you how many times during that trip I was just like, God, I would kill for some Denny's right now. Let's see. Some highlights of the trip include when my parents. Most of the trip consisted of me with my parents visiting their family and stuff, and like visiting their friends. So there wasn't very much for me to do some of the time, but like they did try to make it up for me, I think. Like in Hubei, they dropped me off at oh, I think it's working actually. What? Parappa the Rapper 2? I don't know. Sure, maybe I am. I wouldn't know. I don't like Chinese food. Are you telling us you have he has a yeah, he does. He's not even gonna be ashamed of it. If I don't feel concerned about saying that yes he does, because he wouldn't even be ashamed if I said he did. Like he's not going to be ashamed that I just said he does. He's going to own up to it with pride. Okay, so apparently I didn't need to email them all to myself because they're right here. I guess my Chromebook is just better. Or maybe not because it's not opening. So in Hubei, they dropped me off at an internet cafe, which I'd never been to one of those. They called it an arcade, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get to play Donkey Kong. And then I just walk in and I see like a bunch of people just playing, like sat in front of like giant computer screens that were basically TVs. Like they looked like miniature TVs, and they had like gaming keyboards and gaming mice, and I was like, oh, whoa, I wasn't okay. So I just sat there and I played Team Fortress 2 for 3 hours, like 3 days in a row. Um, it bugged me a lot because, like, okay, you have like all these gaming, high tech gaming mice and keyboards, but your bathroom is literally a fucking hole in the ground. Come on, can't afford a toilet? Excuse me. I don't see a logic here. Um, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I feel like internet cafes cater to people's bad habits and like they fuel addictions to video games, but who am I to judge? We went to a cat cafe as well, which was really cool. I don't really know why they call them internet cafes because they weren't selling any food. Like it was basically just a place with a bunch of it was like a library computer room except way more high tech. There wasn't really much food to call it a cafe. Um, the main character is sick of eating noodles. I mean, I know who the main character is. It's literally called Parappa the Rapper. It's not loading. Come on. Is your Chromebook PFP the sun? Yes. It's right there, and then my background is the Refuge. Um, Fun fact: I had to perform a factory reset on this thing in order to free it from the confines of the school because this is a school Chromebook, so I had to like get rid of all the blocks and stuff they had built in, and it made me sad because I was imagining those scenes from like video games and stuff where like the faithful robot sidekick like gets deactivated and the light behind their eyes goes out and they repeat some phrase over and over again until they die. And then like the Chromebook went back online and I was like, welcome, new user. And I was like, but you've known me this entire year. Yeah, I think I get very easily attached to inanimate objects, I think. Ever since I named my pianos. Oh. Thanks, Prolix. Yours. Having one in the shower is a no. The shower in my grandma's apartment was like just a room with a hole in the ground. You know, I didn't like it at all. Oh, that's a good background as well. Okay, I think the pictures finally started working. It might take a while though. Come on. Okay, I think I guess we could move this over here. How I don't like to look at it like that, Andrew. I guess we can start things off with this fucking like pudgy ass Chihuahua, I think. Like look at this guy. Brother may I have a dog treat. Brother may I have a dog treat. This like you probably can, the lighting's pretty bad probably. Look at that thing. Like one of the people in my server was like, what the hell are they feeding that dog? He is rotund. Excuse you. Look at that. Yeah, and feel free to make all the jokes you want about like Asians eating dogs or whatever. Like I don't really like I'm not affected at this point. It's not. Shut up. Come on. Can someone please explain the fetishization of feet? You can go ask Andrew about that. What's wrong with eating dogs? Like, you know, it's like the stereotype that Chinese people eat dogs, though, right? Come on. Okay, well, the image I was gonna show you was, oh yeah, so we went to a waterfall, by the way. It was really cool. We went to a waterfall. Actually got to walk behind the waterfall wearing ponchos, and we got like completely splashed, but it was awesome. I literally like, I was walking on the waterfall and like spread my arms out, and I was like, yeah, because it was really cool, and I felt like alive and shit. Okay, so this sign says, cherish life, beware of drowning. And like I just took a picture because I really like that phrase for some reason. Like it was probably just a weird translation of a sign saying like "Don't fall and drown." Um, they also capitalized the C and the L in cherish life and the B and the D in beware of drowning, and like it sounds really profound and like sweet and like it sounds very profound and like caring and like something you'd hear from like a wise old man in like a JRPG. Cherish life, beware of drowning. And it's like it's just on some random sign in a waterfall next to water that's like a foot deep. um I'm not into feet sexually, but I won't judge people who are. They are more erogenous areas of the body. I did not expect us to be talking about this. I wouldn't eat a dog, but there's no preference. I'm not gonna have a chair. I'm not gonna shame them for being one. I mean, I guess the issue arises in that people don't want other people to eat cute little doggos, and they just don't have much of a problem with people eating like cows and stuff because we don't consider cows like our like man's best friend and stuff. Um, this is some sign that I took. I can't even read what it says. I think I took it because the translation was really bad. Um, okay, this is some shrine. This is like some monument that it was in the market. I got okay, so like my dad's really big into photography and like he likes taking pictures, so he brought his big old camera to China and like when we went to the market, he was literally taking like 10 minutes to take pictures of my mom and I was just like, "Okay, I'm going to go explore." So I went out and I walked around and I took in the sights and I was like I was walking around for like 10 15 minutes and I eventually found a place with Wi-Fi. I was like, "Okay, I'm going to check into the Wi-Fi, see what's going on." Immediately get a text from my mom. "Hello, Aliana." That's quite a way to introduce yourself, by the way. Um, so then I connect to the Wi-Fi and immediately I get a text from mom, which apparently had been sent 14 minutes ago, but I only received it now because I connected to the Wi-Fi. That's another thing about China. There's no mobile data, so you can't talk to people as much, and you have to find new ways to entertain yourself. So I get a text from my mom from 14 minutes ago saying like, "Andy, where are you? There are guards looking for you. Like I have called the guards because you have wandered off and you are lost." And I'm like, Jesus Christ! I walked away for like 10, 15 minutes. So then I sit down. Mom's like, "Okay, guards are on their way." So then eventually I'm escorted through this marketplace by a guard to this office where my mom and dad are waiting. They're like, "Don't wander off," and I'm like, "Ugh." "What's up, cumhead? What's up, fucking slippy boy?" Everyone, actually, hold on. Cows and pigs are adorable, and people eat them all the time. This is reminding me of that one scene in Hitchhiker's Guide where the cow walks up to Arthur and asks him which part of he wants to eat, and he's so creeped out, and Zaphod is just like, "Why should you be creeped out? This animal wants you to eat it. Isn't that better than animal not wanting you to eat?" And he's like, "Yes, but It's a great scene. Hitchhiker's Guide is such a good series. I finished the series in China. I had left off on the fourth book, but I never finished it because I didn't like it very much. Fourth and fifth books, mixed reception. I don't know. Some good, some bad, but I am glad that I finished the series because it's a really good series overall. Eliana, you're not contributing much to this discussion. Hold on. Yeah, everyone check out this video, by the way. Mr. Guitar Inspired Slip Boy over here, he made it for me by my request. It was actually a remake of a video he made about a year ago. It's really fucking good. I actually, by the way, Slip, I added it to my happy music playlist because every time I listen to it now, I'm gonna be like, yeah, there are people out there who are good enough friends with me that they made this for me, and I'm like, it's gonna make me happy, boy. Type something. There. You stumped Eliana, Slip. Don't think they have a retort for that. No, never mind. They fired back on all cylinders. So yeah, this is my dad getting his ear cleaned. He looks very happy about it. Like unironically, the guy up here, the guy actually has like a stethoscope on his head that you can't really see because the thing isn't working. Yeah, that's my daddy as a camera. Big old fancy camera because he's a big old photographer, dude. One time, Dad's rich photographer friends came to visit, and Roger and I called them the heretics. We called them the heathens, and we decided to talk about. We eventually drove off to like the mall because we didn't really want to be around them because we didn't know much about them, and they kind of rubbed us the wrong way. And in the car, we were like, "So hypothetically, if all the heathens tried to attack us, how many do you think we could take down?" And Roger's like, I know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You could probably like defend yourself with a weapon or something. How many of them do you think we could take down before they take us down? And yeah, that's Dad's photography. Oh yeah, also, this picture was taken while we were sitting across the table from some semi-famous martial arts guy. Apparently, he had like a photo book full of like pictures of himself, like standing next to famous Chinese politicians and stuff. And he literally had like, I'm gonna like look up like old Asian monk or something. Like he literally looked like this guy. Like he looked like he had a beard like this guy, and he was like super old. And apparently he like thought he said I was like really smart or something, or maybe my mom told him that I was smart. And I don't know. He was cool. I didn't know what to say to him because I can't speak Chinese very well. I'm sure Roger could take on more of them if he wanted. Eat pant. Eat pant. And then let's see, what other pictures do we have? Oh yeah, this was a really cool museum. I choked on myself. Archeological Museum of the Sanxingdui, I think. How do you pronounce that? It was some ancient Chinese civilization back in like the Bronze Age in the Sichuan province of China. Apparently, people didn't actually think they were real at first. Like they were mentioned in various ancient Chinese texts, but no one actually thought they were real until they found some archaeologists unearthed some artifacts back in like the 1980s, and it was like one of the biggest finds of the century. And like, okay, so here's like an ancient iPhone case, by the way. Apparently, this is supposed to be an axe, like a jade axe, but it's totally an iPhone case. Pottery and shit. Some model of like what the civilization was like. All this looks like shit because of the fucking video quality. This is an ivory tusk. These are tiger fangs used as ornaments, which I don't know why, but I find Chinese history way more interesting than any other country's history. I think that nationalism and even by extension patriotism is kind of stupid, but I still do like Chinese history a lot. This is some instrument. I choked on myself. The ancient aliens that ruled China, because Lord knows that anybody who wasn't, because like with the pyramids, like Lord knows that that these people couldn't build it themselves. Had to be aliens. Have that problem choking on your love of archaeology, or hold on a second. They're reminding me of the meme, Andrew, like the aliens meme. Good old 2010 memes. Okay. I think this is like an ocarina or something. I'm not really sure, actually. I could be much more sure if I could see the labels. A jade buy. That's what they're called. It's a jade disc, but they call it a jade buy for some reason. I guess it's a buy. Good old bisexual jade disc. Apparently, all the reason why all the jade discs, the reason why they're jade is because Jade was suspected to have like some connection to heaven because of like the whole idea of like animism and the idea that spirits like inhabit objects. You know what I really want to see, honestly, like after going to this exhibit and learning about like learning more about Chinese culture and stuff, I want to see like a Percy Jackson style novel or series, but with Chinese mythology. I want to see like this very like I don't want to say spunky because like that has like bad connotations. Let me see if there's like a synonym. Synonym for spunky. The Jade Emperor, literally the big god guy. Probably. One of the represent. Okay, yeah. I mean, guess so. See Dotty, fearless, fortuitous, gallant. I'm just gonna fucking say spunky. You have some spunky like heroine, like teenage girl, who like all sassy and like she's a product of like the modern era. Except she also communicates with ancient Chinese gods and like she like every once in a while she'll go to her grandpa's grave and like, oh yeah, I forgot. We visited my grandpa's grave in the cemetery and like there's this really interesting practice where like you actually buy fake money at the store and then you bring the fake money to the grave and you burn it so that the ghost can like the spirit of your ancestor or the spirit of a relative can use the money in the afterlife. And you also burn various other things, like you burn incense obviously, and you burn a bunch of other offerings to the relative. And I was thinking like what if there's like a really like what if there's like a stickler relative who like dies and like they contact you from beyond the grave like, I spent your $1 trillion that you burned for me, please fly back to China and burn more for me. Like I want to see some sort of modern take on Chinese mythology. I want to see it given the Percy Jackson treatment. I really want to see that. I think it would be really interesting. Journey to the West, yeah. It inspired Dragon Ball Z. It's where Goku came from. Um, Capitalism in heaven. Yeah, they're not real communists. Can I burn myself to go to the afterlife? I mean, that would probably work. Okay. Burninate them. So yeah, the Sen Shuingdi, these pictures on the Wikipedia article were taken from the museum, I can tell. But yeah, so they believe that Jade had a connection with heaven, and they also believe that circular while the earth was square, and that's why all the discs were like circular. Interesting stuff. Let's see. This is a Jade Zhang or Zhang, I think I don't know how to pronounce it, which is a ritual blade, which you can only imagine they stab people with. This is a dagger axe. I think is fucking sick looking and it looks like amazing, but apparently they weren't actually used for combat. They were just decorative. Yeah, this is an even bigger Jade ritual blade. This is like a kunai. It's supposed to be a spear, but it's totally a kunai. Dagger axe again. More dagger axes. I really want to use it like a dagger axe in like some shitty JRPG. You were supposed to burn money, so you could bribe the bureaucrats of heaven to let you in. If they didn't let you in, you'd probably go to hell. Gotta get that cash money dollar. Am I right, lads? I like these summaries, Andrew. Tells Kenobi has to stop the Coons, which he ignores. Meanwhile, the Kundromius is finished. Fuck you, Kenobi. You are the fucking worst. I hate you. I know I was cheering you on when you went right now when you just went out to fight. You fucked up big time. What an asshole. Flaming mustache asshole. Most of you probably don't understand what I'm talking about. Give me a second. What did Kenobi do? He failed to stop the Kulindrodromiuses, even though I told him explicitly to stop them. He ignored my demands. I tried to be honest with him and be like, hey, I'm Kanji. I tried to trick you, but now I'm not. But apparently he didn't want to fucking listen because he's a hack. None of my other pictures are loading. All Kobe's fault. Sorry, he's just a big old douche. Why would he trust you? Because I have the universe's best interests in mind. See, now he's gonna be like, oh no, the Operation Morningstar commenced because I didn't listen to Kanji. I better listen to Kanji. Except he would do that if he was smart, but he's not smart. See, he's not smart because he's following the patron. He's stupid. He's stupid. None of my images are loading. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we're discussing a game that we're playing. Hello, Yuji. You must have been here before because you have mod already. So I'm assuming I just don't recognize you. Maybe that's his whole gimmick, though. Oh, I still need to write the next part in the story. Oh god, now he's bringing Alyana into the big old Q debate. Oh yeah, entirely unrelated, but did you know that Cuphead is getting a DLC? And you get to play as the Chalice Lady. And there's not going to be any Rule 34 of her, not at all. Q1 is a good boy. His arrow is going to be really important. There's going to be like fucking Hawkeye up in here. None of my pictures are loading. I am mastered the bot to come head corn. Huh. Oh, Droikos. That's respectable. Hawkeye is the character with the least character development. He's also, actually no, that's like a minor spoiler. I just said Hawkeye because Hawkeye's, I mean, maybe I should have said like Hanzo or something. Yeah, Q1's gonna be like fucking Hanzo and he's gonna be like, and I don't know what he actually said. He's gonna shoot the air with some dragons that can't come out. Look for these things deliberately. Have you seen, you probably haven't seen Civil War yet, have you, Cookie? I think you're watching these in chronological order. Okay, since my pictures aren't loading, I might as well just talk. We went to a big old dam. I forgot what it's called. The Three Gorges Dam. It's apparently the biggest gorge in the world. I mean, the biggest dam in the world. And while I was there, I listened to Stop the Dams by Gorillaz. It was a very fitting song to play there. Yeah, so like the Hoover Dam is like a third of it, of the Three Gorges Dam size, I think. Then we also went to this irrigation system. It's cooler than it sounds. The Three Gorges Dam in China is so massive it has slowed the rotation of the Earth. Interesting. I think Mom hired like an English tour guide for the dam, but I didn't talk to her much. Nerd. I love fur rye palm. Wait, does it say porn or palm? It says palm. Is this like Palm gets Wi-Fi the game? Hold on a sec. It's not cooperating, so whatever. Damn, I really wanted to show you like the T trick shot guy, but I guess not. Went to the dam, went to the waterfall, various marketplaces. Apparently, the first Avengers movie is one of Roger's favorite movies, but I've never seen it. Had the opportunity to do so on the plane, but I didn't feel like it because I don't want to watch a new movie. I don't want to watch a brand new movie and get my first experience of the movie on a shitty ass tiny airplane screen while I have a headache. It wouldn't give a good first impression. I only rewatch the movies I've already seen. Oh, come on, Andy, says Andrew. Come on. Come on, Slam. Welcome to the jam. Here's a floor. Wow. You experienced jet lag. I mean, I assume it's the reason why I woke up at 4 a.m. and couldn't fall asleep again afterwards. Broken ass trophy. I don't even know what that's for. Oh yeah. Fun fact: in China, we visited one of I don't know how they're related to my mom, but like we visited this one apartment with a bunch of mom's relatives, and there's a little dog, tiny little dog. See if I can get a picture. One second. Okay, email myself the picture. Okay, so they have a little dog named Dudu. So Dudu is pictured right here. Look at that cutie, right? Dudu really likes me. He really, really, really likes me. He like I bent down to pet him, and he immediately started sniffing my crotch, and then like when I sat down to like pet him better, he started humping my leg. And I guess I should feel slightly honored because there were many other people in the apartment, and he did not hump any of their legs, but he humped mine. So I have his seal of approval, I guess. Thank you. I'm very honored. 1 million like, and I've already done a booty reveal. The whole nice ass thing already came and gone. His claws are sharp, dude. Wow. Yeah, before I started this stream, like I felt very like I'm not sure what the word is. I think again it might have been like this homesickness that I felt because like when I was in China, I felt homesick for my house, and now that I'm back in my house, I feel homesick for I felt homesick for China, but I think that's more or less faded now that I've gotten a chance to talk about it, so that's good. Again, yeah, China's weird. Like I like visiting there, but it's hard to be serious with this kind of chat. Why would you be honored that your leg was humped by a dog? Because evidently that dog considered me attractive enough to hump my leg when he would not hump anyone else's. I was chosen by that dog. Yeah. China is very... I don't even know. I'm glad that I went and I enjoyed my time spent there. It's weird. Exactly like with the convention, I can't describe it very well. It would only really work if you guys went there yourself and understood. China is suck. I might as well start doing a couple relevant music recommendations because this is a really good song. There's one thing that Damon Albarn, the Gorillaz frontman, is really good at that it doesn't usually do very much is it's capturing very, very specific moods. Like I already said that Hong Kong, that song is really, really good at like capturing the exact like melancholy, longing, homesickness, nostalgia feel of being in China, and this like very particular rural urban beauty that it has. That's just like, and it's always just the right like temperature of mugginess and like hot and like being like hot and humid that like it makes you like feel existential somehow. Like I don't know. It's like it's this perfect cocktail of various elements that just really always make me feel like reflective and ruminative and stuff. Um, what was I saying? Do you think that song shaped that feeling more than the other way around? What do you mean? Yeah. So another instance where Damon Albarn really succeeded in capturing the essence of this particular feeling is this song, California and the Slipping of the Sun. Um, so I'll just play part of it. So yeah, I'll stop it right there. Bit of context. Oh, come on. You listened to Hong Kong before? No, I didn't. I listened to it while I was there. And even then, like I've gone to China like 3 or 4 times before, maybe 5 even. And like even before I discovered the song, I already felt like I mean I think I just see what you mean, but I don't think that's the case. Gorillaz is very cool band and I love so much. Good. But so some context about The Fall as an album is that it was composed while Damon Albarn was touring in America. He's a British guy, he lives in Britain, but he was composed while touring in America on an iPad. He made the entire album on a single iPad, and I'm assuming this song is about his experience in California. And the very beginning, as you could hear, is like it's a guy in like an airport making announcements and various like ambient noises, and then his singing slowly overtakes that. So that goes on for a bit. I feel like that his like tone of voice when he's singing that like sort of melancholy reflectiveness really it so perfectly captures that feeling when you're sitting in an airplane and you're just about to take off and you're just staring out the window if you were lucky enough to get a window seat and you know that like in a couple minutes you'll be taken off into the skies and you'll be leaving whatever country you're in and you're just sitting there waiting for it to happen and you're just thinking about what's going to be awaiting you when you land, what's going to be like during the flight itself, what you've experienced in the country itself. And then you have this really weird automated voice saying these nonsense garbled phrases. This autumn begins to focus. North claims the imperial throne totem. Fantastic. Trees, lakes. Fantastic. goodbye. I think that really captures the feeling of like what it really captures the feeling, like, because you know when you're on an airplane you always hear like the stewardesses and like the flight attendants and the instruction videos saying all this stuff. You kind of tune it out, you don't really listen, and you just kind of becomes background noise, and like the people in the videos might as well be saying like those nonsense phrases. And you have these upward melodies that like really get this, instill this feeling of like longing and like nostalgia. This is all building up to something. This is all building. This is all tension and like unresolvedness in something. And now this is the plane taking off, and it's flying off into the sky. And I've flown many times. I've flown on an airplane many times since listening to this song, and I never actually managed to time it correctly because I really want to like time it just right so the plane starts taking off and its wheels leave the ground right as that ending part starts. I haven't gotten it to work yet, unfortunately. But I don't know, just that song is a really good snapshot of what it feels like to like travel on a plane and what it feels like to leave China and stuff, you know. Frabjous. Is that how you even pronounce it? Yeah, I did it. Long story short, I guess China was very. I enjoyed being in China. It made me feel very sad for various reasons, as going to China usually does. But it was a nice experience overall. Should probably stop streaming soon. I'm going to my friend's graduation party at 5, and I need to go pick up some stuff first. So I should get out of here soon enough. Oh, this is Slip's video, by the way. Literally, it's so fucking good that I like if I just clicked out of the tab, I would have assumed this was the official karaoke. I wouldn't even think that this was the cover. Like I would just be like, oh, you know, the karaoke track, Goodbye Moonman. I wouldn't even like be like, oh, the wah wah wah. Goodbye, we say goodbye, moon man. Goodbye, moon man. Goodbye, moon man. Oh, good shit. I think Eliana is actually just like a dictionary bot that gains sentience, and it's slowly understanding the language that it defines. Oh yeah, in case anyone's interested, um, I made a new piano sheet music score thing for my latest cover. I made this in like 20 minutes. World's Part was my first cover that I ever made without using existing sheet music, so I decided to just make my own because there was nothing else to do in China. So there's also this new feature which is really cool. I am a fucking fuck off. I'm not logged in. Piss off. Sami Zayn's theme is literally the happiest song I've ever heard in my life. Too bad he got fucking injured until 2019. Fuck! Everything sucks. Why does the best wrestler in the why is my favorite wrestler in the world that they get injured? 2 torn rotator cuffs or some shit. Like fucking fuck you, Bobby Lashley. I do. I got pro. I got the free membership, but I'm not logged in. Already scrapped 5 tracks. Are you making like a new album? Sami Zayn tore both of his rotator cuffs in his arms, and his shoulders, so he cannot compete until 2019. So more than 6 months of no my favorite wrestler being off of television. Fucking fuck. Ole, ole, ole. Ole. I'm tired. And here's what the full bone trousel sounds like. This is what my cover is going to sound like when it's fully completed. I was looking for good piano, bone trousel piano arrangements, and like, albino obfuscation. I like that. Bone trousel. So this is what. So I was in a toss up between these 2 bone trousel arrangements. So it was either going to be this one. So it's either going to be that one or it was going to be this one. I decided on this one because it's not like, okay, so this one is more accurate to the actual song. Like it sounds more like the bone trousel you hear in game. But this just sounds like more. It doesn't sound exactly like it's bone trousel sounds like in game, but it captures the spirit of bone trousel way better than the other one. It's also a lot easier, but whatever. That wasn't the big part of it. This one's a lot more fun to look at. This one's a lot more fun to listen to, has more personality. It's just, yeah, this is super good. So yeah, this is what the cover's gonna sound like when I'm done with it. Who knows whether, I don't know when that's gonna be. This is my purpose. I told you, Aliana is like a freaking dictionary bot who gains sentience. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna skedaddle. Thanks for tuning in, boyos and girlos. Not sure what my next video or stream is going to be or when it's going to be, but stay tuned, I guess. That's like my catchphrase. Okay, bye.